My name is Pat Mangan. I'm Claudia's father. We got Abby through the Irish Dogs to the Disabled. We live here in Kerry, outside Tralee. Since we got Abby, it has made a huge difference to all our lives. Even for Claudia, the independence it has given her is tremendous. Claudia used to stay in the house on her own. In the evenings now we can go out, do the ordinary chores everyone has to do in everyday life, cutting the lawn, do whatever's to be done in the shed, things like that. It has made a great difference to all our lives. Thanks be to God.
Since we've had Abby, our life has changed tremendously. Claudia is such a happy child and she's full of confidence. Before we had Abby, we couldn't even go to the shops because Claudia couldn't go around on her own. I was the whole time looking after her. If we stopped at the petrol shop to fill up, Claudia would start crying when I'd leave the car because she was afraid of being on her own. All that has changed since we have Abby now because she'll stay with her. Her friends adore Abby.
My dog Abby is nearly 3 years old and she is an assistance dog, and I got her from Irish Dogs for the Disabled, and she has made a big difference to my life in ways I have never thought of before. Since I got Abby, a lot of things have changed. People recognise me when I go through a shop with Abby. They'll be like, is that the girl from the radio and the dog and from the newspaper? And since I got her, people don't look at me, they look at Abby. She's my best friend and we love to go shopping. Just the other day, my friends came down and we were watching a movie, and she wants to watch it with us too, and she hopped in between my friends and they made room for her, and my friends love Abby.
Hi, I'm Orla and my dog's name is Alice.
Orla, my daughter, has cerebral palsy, which affects her balance. She's got involuntary movements, so she finds it difficult to walk. And we got Alice, a golden retriever from Irish Dogs for the Disabled. Alice is a stability dog, so she's trained to walk in a harness slowly by Orla's side. And on Orla's instruction, Alice would stop at curbs, turn left, turn right, or take a step down, a step or a curb. Before we got Alice, if Orla was outside walking, she'd ask me to hold her hand to stop her from falling over on an uneven path. But now that she has Alice, she's much safer and she doesn't need to hold my hand, she just holds onto Alice's harness. And she's one stick in the other hand. So Alice has given her independence. Like if we were out shopping, say in the Liffey Valley, I'd be confident to let Orla maybe go into a shop by herself because she has Alice. Whereas before, you wouldn't let her go in by herself because if she did fall, people would make a fuss, they'd be trying to help her stand up. But now that she has Alice, if she falls over, Alice stops still, Orla leans on her back and gets back up again, and people tend to leave her do that. They don't make such a fuss.
Alice helps me to walk, and I hold on to her harness, and she helps me to balance. When I fall, Alice stands still and I lean on her back to get back up. When I'm out, people admire Alice and don't stare at me as much. Alice is my best friend and she goes to school with me every day.
For Orla's future, for her to be independent, Alice is absolutely fantastic. It's given me more peace of mind.
We decided that we would apply to Dogs for the Disabled for a dog for Jack, because we felt that growing up it was very important for Jack to have something outside of himself to concentrate on. For example, if he went to the shopping centre, people would come up to him and they would speak to us about him, and he would get very embarrassed, or they might pat his head and ask us what age he was and so on. And he also felt that the walking frame that he used at the time attracted an awful lot of attention. When we got Aggie eventually last December, that changed almost overnight. First of all, she's a dog and Jack loves dogs, so that worked really well for him. But he cottoned on to the benefits of having Aggie within 24 hours really. He, on the second day of having Aggie, the second day of training down in Cork with the Dogs for the Disabled, he walked into a hotel and with myself and with the trainer, and we were heading towards the bathroom, and he said, "Mommy, I love Aggie because nobody looks at me anymore." And that holds true right through to today. He goes to the local shopping centre, and people in the shopping centre don't ask us questions about him anymore. They ask him questions about his dog.
Other benefits that we've seen with Aggie is that Jack will actually play with Aggie in the back garden. He'll do things like play football using Aggie, which he's never done before. Aggie brings Jack up and down ramps, up and down steps. Again, things that he wouldn't have been able to do using his sticks or using his walking frame. So again, it's two things. It's the confidence to do it and the stability that she physically supplies. I suppose one of the things that we haven't acknowledged yet is the professionalism and the commitment of the team, the Irish Dogs for the Disabled. They've benefited so many people in so many ways. I don't think they even realise themselves. They're benefiting not just the children or the people who are using the dogs, but also their immediate families and friends and relations. And the volunteers are giving a huge amount of their own personal time to the charity, which is benefiting so many people throughout the country. I can't say enough about the volunteers. Their time and commitment is greatly appreciated.
My name is Noelle Godley, and this is my dog Amy. I got her from the Irish Dogs for Disabled. I have her now a full year since April. She has changed my life dramatically because before I got Amy, I was living in a one-bedroom flat, and basically I lived in the flat 24/7, and I had my pyjamas, and that was it. I didn't go outside the door for anything because I was after an accident not too long before that, so I kind of went into depression mode. So then when I got her, she got me out of my pyjamas and got me out of the house. And now she has made me go outside all the time in rain, hail or snow, and she picks things up off the floor for me. She takes my cardigan off. She opens doors. Or pedestrian crossings, because that's actually quite funny, because when there's people around, they're always amazed, just, "Oh God, haven't you a lovely dog? Isn't she wonderful?" That she presses the pedestrian buttons, and that's always a good thing when you see people's reactions to it, because you feel quite proud, because she's my dog, you know. She presses buttons in the elevators when I'm in the shops. She has made me more confident with driving, because my confidence went down as well, because
of the accident. Like before, I fell out of the wheelchair and I kind of got caught in the corner, but gradually I managed to get out of the corner, but I still had to get out of the two double doors. There was two doors. And luckily Amy was able to press the button and open the two doors so that I could get out. And when I got outside then, she was able to, I asked her to speak, which is to bark on cue. And when she spoke then, the girl came outside of the other apartment and she managed to get me up off the ground.